Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Mary. Oh, she just froze. She was freezing in the beginning. You just froze again, Mary. You froze with your hands up in there. But anyway, thanks for joining us, Mary. And Susie is in the background. We're going to talk about Mary because it's been quite a long time since we have been back together. So we're get back to our routine. So we're starting back to our routine. And so Mary is here, and we'll be talking about all sorts of energy and ETs, aliens, all sorts of things. But we're going to talk about Mary first to get updated on what's going on with her. I know y'all have heard two terms. She has the Rustic Raven, which is her store that she owns, and that's in South Carolina, Florence, South Carolina, and also she has the Earth and Star Spiritual Wellness Center that she has created. She is now has a YouTube channel on that. So, Mary, go ahead and tell everybody what's happening. You can start off first what's happening at the Rustic Raven, and then you can go and start off on your YouTube channel and everything that's going on with you. Everything's going on with you.
First of all, I'm so happy to be back with you, Dr. Gail. My favorite Pisces Aquarius. And as far as like the two different, they're just two different entities. So the Rustic Raven specifically is a shop area where we sell everything that you need for your spiritual needs, your incense, your sages, cedars, your essential oils, crystals, things like that. But then also within the building, we have a space for many different healers to work. So we have different healers here, yoga teachers. We have a women's group now here once a month where we talk about birth stories and womb healing and stuff like that. So we have different astrologers and healers all under the umbrella of the Rustic Raven as a shop and its own entity. So when you want to book a service with me or one of the people that I work with, a different healer, you would go to therusticraven.net to do that. You can also shop online at that website. Now, the Earth and Star Spiritual Wellness Center, this is the nonprofit that we established at the end of 2022. And its focus is to provide healing services and create a retreat space, a self-sustaining retreat space within nature. So it has kind of a completely different goal. Rather than the shop and holding the healers, this is more of a spiritually based center in nature where people can return to when they need to get away from technology, away from the hum and the traffic and all that stuff, and kind of come back to the home, back to nature, back to the self. Just rest, recoup, regenerate yourself. And since we founded that as a nonprofit, I happen to be the president and the teacher there for that. And then, of course, we have our other spiritual advisors, and once we get this built and going, we'll host events there and have people who can come out to stay for periods of time. We hope to have tiny homes or yurts or even campsites where people can come stay for a day or a week at a time and receive all of the healing energies that they need before returning back to day-to-day life. So if you're wanting to find me right now at Earth and Star, we do have a website, earthandstarwellness.com. Right now, that's mostly focused on providing you information about the center and accepting donations because we don't have a physical space yet. We don't have that land yet. If you want to watch all of the teachings that I put out every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, then that's at Earth and Star Wellness on YouTube. And I did get asked the question before we started, what am I doing with the YouTube? Like, what's the focus? Because Dr. Gail has such a unique focus. Starseed healer, alien medium. That's such a unique focus. Whereas I don't have a specific focus in that way. My focus is the human experience. So anything that you need as a human to heal through, anything that you need to learn to become a more peaceful and joyful human, you will find on that channel. So we explore all kinds of different topics, anything that comes up. We bring in different healers and different people to interview who offer a very specialized and niche type healing. So we've had a couple of people recently who we've interviewed on there. And also I channel angels. Archangels is a thing that we've been starting. I don't even have those videos up yet. They'll be coming soon. But I do work with Archangel Metatron, Uriel, and Gabriel, and soon to be Raphael. So these are just the few groupings that I have right now where we're going to be channeling some messages from archangels. But anything that's providing you light on the light spectrum, that's bringing you into love, that's bringing you into acceptance, that's bringing you into peace and wholeness, you can find those teachings at Earth and Star. That's not just a shop or just a service exchange. That's where you can find the teachings where we can just get to know each other as people and as humans having this human experience.
That's good, Mary. All right. Well, I'm going to start speaking to the people that are in the chat, and y'all can go ahead and start putting some questions in. Hey, Amanda Carroll, I see you say you have your notification on. Hey, Gina M. Hey, Leslie Clayton. Hey, Katie Arbuncle. Hey, Juno. How are y'all doing? Thanks for joining us today. Hey, Susie 007, behind the scenes there. Hey, Tina. Hey, Trancing the Spirit. Hey, Chromosome. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Hey, Isabel. And hi, the Sun Catcher. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, Sonawat and White Dragon. Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Carroll. And let's see who else. Hey, Bor 333. And hey, Gina M. And let's see who else is here. The Sun Catcher. Penelope T. Sun Catcher. You want to visit? You're visiting today. Well, thanks for joining us. Hey, Penelope T. And there's Susie 007 again. I wonder who that is. It keeps popping up. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, hey, Strawberry Rhubarb Terror. Thanks for joining us. Hadn't seen you in a while. Let's see who else is here. Emmy J. Hey, thanks for joining us. Leah. And who else? I think we got it. Oh, thanks, Gina, for Gina's putting up your YouTube channel right now, Earth Star Wellness Center, aka Mary's YouTube channel. So maybe you should need to put Mary in front of that. Mary, I don't know. Talk to Susie about that. She's the one that taught me finally, months and months, she finally says, put Dr. Gail in front of Skywalking with Moon so they can find you easier. And hey, Cheryl. Hey, Katie Arbuncle. Hey, well, thanks for joining us today. Y'all can go ahead and start putting some questions in, and we can go ahead and start doing some readings, but we're going to talk a little bit more about what Mary's doing and what's new in her. Hey, Rossi, what's new in her store? Don't you have some new things in your store today? Or that fast?
So last time you and I spoke, probably.
Probably a whole new store.
We have some new sun catchers that are handmade. We still are doing the crystals, tinctures that are handmade, things like that. So lots of different items. We get new items in pretty much every month, but you can check out the link on the website for specific new things. But I do have an answer to that. The reason it doesn't say Mary's channel is because it's not my channel. As a nonprofit religious organization, it belongs to the group. I just happen to be the front teacher of it. So it's just our organization, but that actually is why. But I am teacher there. And thank you for putting that little comment in. She follows me pretty religiously on the other channel, and that's always appreciated. I love that a lot. And I did have, these ETs.
I'm going to listen right now.
Gail, these ETs. Now they've gotten, for a while there, I was getting like really big things happening with the ETs, and then it went quiet, completely quiet. Now it's gotten to where they're around all the time. They just don't say anything to me. You know our relationship, my relationship with ETs. They're like, I'm here, but I don't have to talk to you, and you don't have to talk to me. That's pretty much how they are. So there's these big tall ones that just walk through the house or stand in corners randomly and scare the mess out of me when I walk by. Last night there was this little short one, like a short brown, I'm sorry, I don't want to say blueberry looking one, but it was a blueberry looking one. Like from Willy Wonka where she blew up like the blueberry. And it was like following me around, and I was like, okay, go away, because that's our relationship. Go away now. And it was like, no, I have something to say to you. Go ahead and get in bed. I was like, okay, I'll get in bed. And then I laid down and got in bed, and it said, you forgot to take your skull cap, which is for sleep. And I was like, oh, I don't need my skull cap tonight. I'm going to sleep fine. And I felt this electric shock move through my body. It shocked me, Gail. It shocked me to get me out of bed so I would go take my skull cap. So I took the skull cap and I laid down and I was like, are you happy now? What's the message? I was out like a light. I don't remember anything that alien had to say, and it made sure of it. It knocked me out.
Well, right now, the Lyrans have shown up. They showed up in November.
That's what I was going to tell you, but from October. Yep.
Yeah. So they have shown up. And what they were telling me is they're here helping the light workers. They're sitting
right the Lyrans.
Lyrans.
Okay. And that happened in November. So what are they doing?
They're helping the light workers. They're here assisting the light workers is what they've told me. They're here. They told me they're sitting beside every one of us right now, that they're assisting us. They're helping us. So that was big, because when immediately it was my Native American who takes me on my journeys, on my shamanic journeys. And he pulled away the fog off of a lake, and I saw myself as a Lyran. Now I look like the ones at Avatar, which that was the other kind of Lyrans that I met. And they are blue, with burgundy hair. And they are bluer, maybe like what you're talking about, blue, and they're big. And so anyway, when he showed me that and I saw myself, I didn't think anything about it because I've seen so many different past lives, chalk it up to another life off planet. I didn't think anything about it. But then he said, they're here, they're helping us, they're helping the light workers, and they're beside each and every one of you right now. And I was like, where? And I had not worked with the Lyrans that much. I mean, I had one in the beginning as a guide, but she was the cat-like one with the kind of tan fur. And then, I met another one, and that looked like the Avatar, the really blue. And she actually took over my spot on Ashtar Medical One. She was the one that took over that spot, and I met her then. And that's when I first moved to Mount Shasta. But when you're saying you've got new ones in, one is I wouldn't doubt that was the Lyran that was watching out after you. That was pushing you to get out of bed to take it and then go back to bed. Because as I said, they said they were sitting right beside us, assisting us right now. It's not like we can push them away. They are determined they're going to assist us. They're going to help us.
It just shocked me. It was like, okay, I'm going. But back in October, because before I was really working with the Arcturians, with you, and there were a lot of grays coming to me. But back in October, I started seeing a lot of Lemurian stuff, and I saw a vision of myself as Lemurian, and I saw the pyramids and all kinds. I had a crazy Lemurian vision. And around that same time is when all of this stuff, it's almost like the past year has been transitioning me to the frequencies of being able to reach the interdimensional levels of the Lemurians and archangels and things like that, because that's now kind of what I'm channeling and doing. And I have actually right now a specific guide with me named Leviathan, and he looks like a night sky he's like black and blue with stars. But I did have a question for you. Okay, and I think I kind of know the answer, but I think it's a relevant question. Since all of this is coming up at once, how closely related do you believe aliens are to angel frequencies?
Very close.
But they are definitely separate entities.
Right, they're different. They do feel different. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how to explain, but I would say of all the levels, like your loved ones that have passed away, and then the next level would be I don't know what would be the next level. Anyway, the ETs and the angels are kind of right there together. I would say the angels' frequency is a little bit higher than the ETs, but then again, it goes and depends on which race or whatever, and also the hybrids. I mean, they play a role in all that too, on trying to figure them out. But yeah, and then when you go into Jesus frequency and source frequency, those are also a lot higher too. And so yeah, and like if I'm just being a medium talking to the loved ones, that really doesn't take much energy out of me. That's just super easy. And then when it comes to, say, the ETs, I would say they're actually harder than the angels. The angels are pretty easy for me. And then the archangels, they're a little higher, but not that difficult. But for me, probably some races of the ETs can be the hardest. And also, I think they're more, it's almost like the archangels and the angels, they are open armed. Come, talk to me, welcome. ETs might stand back there and go, I don't know about you. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk to you. Who are you? You know, kind of thing. So I just think that makes them sometimes a little more difficult. But speaking to the Lemurians, they're the ones that brought me out of Mount Shasta. They're the ones that contacted me when I was in South Carolina to come out here. They're the ones I didn't even know I knew about the Lemurians, but I didn't know them. In fact, I thought it was the Palladians that lived in this mountain. And when they contacted me when I was in South Carolina, they said they wanted to be called Lemurians. And then I was getting the idea that they were a mixed race in the mountain. And so when I came to Mount Shasta, of course, I had all that verified. They'll go, oh, yeah, it's Lemurians that live in there. And I'm going, okay, well, they're the ones that contacted me. So anyway, I think that's interesting that you're now connecting with them now also. Well, in fact, I've just recently been released from the mountain. My job here has been done, and I'm wondering who's replacing me, because I know I replaced somebody. So I know somebody else is coming up here. I don't know if they're here yet or not, but I just got released from the mountain. And that was actually on a journey that I was doing, that a Native American woman came and pushed my root chakra up, and I physically felt it. I popped up during meditation going, holy crap, what just happened? Not like you getting buzz. And I was going, what was that? And they said, we put your root chakra back in the right place. I said, how did I not know it was in the wrong place? Did I agree for it being put down? Well, they had tied me to the ley lines here in Mount Shasta. I was tied to it. And so they had just released me. So, but I felt a pop when they put my root chakra back up. But I'm going, how did everybody miss, or how did I miss that my root chakra wasn't in the right place? But I guess they considered it being in the right place.
So does that mean that you're moving?
I will be moving probably before the year's end back to the East Coast.
I get you back. You're mine again.
I will be back. So
I'm excited about that.
So, but it was a Native American lady who did this, that pushed that root chakra up. I assumed it would be like, well, I didn't even know they had taken and tied me to Mount Shasta. I'm going, did I give y'all permission to do that? That's my first question. Of course I did, because I came out here. But I just thought that's still just in awe of that happening and how I was tied to here. I just didn't realize how they had tied me here. They just really taken my root chakra and tied me to the ley lines here.
That's so interesting. It's like your energy really becomes intertwined with the spaces that you deeply work in and heal in. Yes.
Right. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure we got a lot of questions. Oh, look at this. Wolf Wind Holistic Healing. Somebody you know?
Darren, yes.
Hey, and that's Darren, you said?
Oh, Jared.
That's Jared. Oh, hey, Jared. Hey, Jared. Hey, how are you doing? Well, what is Jared's story lately?
He's so good at his sound healing. He has all the crystal bowls and the gongs and all that kind of stuff. And he did like an Aurora Borealis healing recently, where he put candles inside of those crystal singing bowls and had the lights off. And it's like, I can't even describe it. It's so beautiful just to look at. Mm-hmm. He has a picture somewhere, but all the bowls are lit up, and I can just imagine laying there and just soaking up that energy. And he had the green and the blue laser lights all over the room. It's great. He's amazing. He plays the Native American flute. So he's all about the wind, all about the sound and the healing and things like that. So and of course he does his healing sessions here.
Is he there now?
He is. He's downstairs. Yes.
Okay.
You want me to run get them?
You can get them.
Jared, I'm not going to go get you. You're watching.
Oh, yeah, he's on the chat. Just come up, Jarrett. If you're free, just come
here.
up. Oh, no.
Erin, you can come up here too if you want to. Erin should be on the chat. And she's doing sessions here as well for other people, and she also does self-defense classes and things like that. I've got an interview that's going to be coming out with her in not this coming Sunday, but this Sunday after. So where we've interviewed Erin, and she's Holistic Warrior Arts, I think is what she is, and they're both on therustigraven.net for people to book with. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, he started doing a new animal totem thing where he journeys with you to find your animal spirit guide or your animal totem, and he puts together this little booklet of information with all of your animal totems. And I thought that was a really, really cool thing to do. For sure.
I tell you, when I first met Jerry, wasn't he still in school?
I think he was in my first I think he was in my first medicine wheel class then, and he's in my advanced class now. Come here, guys.
Yeah, Mary's in South Carolina right now. And White Dragon, I see it. No, I'm not going to hear deer. Hopefully on the way back. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Just introduce yourselves to everybody.
Wolf. This is Snow Wolf, and this is Holistic Warrior Arts. You guys can say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. You know, and they're at the Rustic Raven in South Carolina. So, and that's Florence, South Carolina. So y'all can go ahead and book with them. And tell me, each one of you, what do y'all do? Describe briefly, what do you do?
Briefly. She's like,
Wow.
You go first.
That's tough.
Holistic healing, you know?
Okay.
Illuminations. And
So if they're to book with you and they go on to your website, what are they going to see that they're going to book? Just holistic.
I haven't listed it yet. I'm working on my shamanic mindset coaching that'll be listed soon.
Okay.
So if they want a mentorship, a coaching program, that's going to be offered as well with the spiritual healing sessions.
Okay.
And I do, I'm a shamanic practitioner, Reiki master, sound healer, flute player, as you guys already know. And I'm focusing a lot on meditation, tapping into a little bit of extraterrestrial here lately. So I've been having a lot of fun.
A lot of it here. For if they want to book with you, what things do you offer on your website that they would see?
Oh, I offer everything listed and a little bit more.
Right.
All the stuff and more. I'm also available for group work as well.
Okay. They both do like soul retrieval sessions and the shamanic healing illumination sessions. And I think you have the animal totem session on there.
Yes, I do have the animal totem session. I've actually changed it up a little bit, make it a little bit more affordable with an add-on of a workbook to work with your animal spirits, your spirit animals and power animals.
Okay. All right, great. Thanks, guys.
Thank
you. We're going to start taking questions now.
And also, just so you guys know, we do have other people on the website. Our doula is on the website. Our astrologer, Sammy, is on the website. So we have lots of people on there for all of your needs.
Well, I've got a question before we get to, I'm sorry, sun catching, because I had a question for somebody here recently wanting to know Reiki healing. They're wanting to do some Reiki healing and they want to take Reiki classes. I'm sorry. And the Reiki classes, can you do distance Reiki classes? Do you offer that?
It's not on my website, but if they reach out to me, I can totally set up a day that we can do that. Okay. Amber teaches that also. Jared, who was just in here, teaches that. And it's kind of like, it would be kind of like a full day certification course. Absolutely can be done and has been done. I have taught long distantly. Yeah.
And Meg does it only in your place, right? Or is she still teaching them?
Yes, she does. She teaches Reiki 1 every November. And that sign up is on the website, just right there at the very beginning. When you pull up the website, therustigraven.net, that's on there. Sign up for a Reiki class. And she can teach long distantly.
Meg does teach all this. Okay.
Yes,
right.
Amber assists Meg in those classes. And so Amber does all of the computer stuff and the technology and the long distance, and Meg just teaches. She just does. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the sun catcher, let's see. I would like to know if I communicate with my Arcturian guide or if any other ET when I sleep. Okay, well, that's a great question. And look at her little icon. It's cute. Okay.
Oh, I love
Let's see. Do you communicate with your Arcturian guide when you're sleeping? That's of course that's a yes. And let me see if you've got any other ones. Let me see if I can see them.
I'm getting some very interesting cards for her.
Go ahead.
Of course, the answer was yes immediately, but I heard a message to pull from my Lemurian deck. So I did. The first one you asked, do I communicate when I sleep? The first card that came was communication, co-creation. So you're doing something with the aliens while you're sleeping. The second card was transformation. So they are helping you transform from the inside out. And then the third one was loving compassion. So it sounds like right now they're really helping you with your confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth, and helping you transform it on I'm kind of seeing like on a molecular level, helping you transform on a molecular level. But I also feel like there's a mission there. Are you picking up a mission?
Yeah, she's being taught right now by the Arcturians, and I'm trying to figure out if she's on the Athena. She's on the Athena.
What's the Athena, guys?
The Athena is the spaceship that actually Susie's in charge of the Athena. And it is a spaceship that is medical and military. And it's actually a trauma center. It's like a hospital trauma center. But it has a part, and whenever there's a big trauma, the military part splits off from the medical part and goes and does the military side of it. And we sit back and accept the trauma patients are from trauma. And she is working on the Athena, and that is an Arcturian spaceship, a big Arcturian spaceship. And I'm getting this humongous yes on this, that this is what she's doing. And she's in training there, and she is on the medical side. And I'm not exactly sure, but I see her. I think she's working in the operating room. I don't know how much medical experience you have, but it looks like to me you're being trained in the operating room. And I get a humongous yes on this sun catcher, but you're in process of being trained. And Susie, who's behind the scenes, I used to be in charge of that spaceship, and then she came and took over. I'm on a different one now. I'm on my third spaceship now. And so it's a huge spaceship. So you have anything else, Mary?
Oh, wait, they said I do, but I didn't. I didn't have anything. They were like, yes, you do. Okay, so I'm just going to say something about the...
Oh, she was an OR nurse. Oh my gosh, so am I. The sun catcher. I'm an OR nurse too. That makes so much sense. Okay, go ahead.
That's it. They're like, okay, we're done now.
Yeah, so well, if you can go back to my old videos, this made my day. Go back to my old videos, and you can see my progress on when I was working with the Ashtar Medical One, and I actually became a neurosurgeon on there. And anyway, there's a whole. She can't stop smiling. Anyway, there's a whole journey, and that makes sense. And I was trained. You were an OR nurse too? I didn't really remember that. I'm assuming this is Priscilla. And I didn't realize you were an OR nurse too. But anyway, yes, and I'm being trained, and I'm staying on the medical side. I have done some other things, but of course, the operating room is my love. So anyway, so that is so funny. So you're being trained, and you're working all night long. You're working all the time. I'm sure you're waking up tired because you're in training. And I imagine you're being more than just an OR nurse. I imagine they've got some bigger plans for you also. In fact, I hear that one day you will be in charge of the OR on the Athena. So anyway, yeah, you're doing a lot.
This is interesting.
She's exhausted.
I need some popcorn.
Yeah, she's exhausted, she said.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why. It's because your brain is being used a lot at night trying to figure out and learn all that. So, okay, it is Priscilla. So ICU and CCU and OR. Yeah. See, my specialty was OR, and I specialized in neurosurgery and open heart surgery. And so it just like my life path. It took me along to get exactly what I'm doing on the spaceship. Also, went back to school and became a chiropractor. And then when all this started happening to me, I was taught energy healing, and then now I've combined it all. So anyway, that's where my Solaris Healing Center comes in, when I can combine all these things together, which is great. And I actually learned how to do that up on the spaceship, learned about the energy and combining my medical and chiropractic and everything to bring it down to here. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm not.
Sun catcher. That was the sun. Did you see that?
Yes. Okay. All right. Next. Spent too much time talking about myself, I felt like there. Okay.
No, we loved that.
Okay, the Chrome Zone. Conversation with Ancients. Hey, Priscilla. May I please have a message from my galactic or angelic family? Okay. All right, Mary. Take
Well, I
stage.
got angel energies are coming through for me. So I don't know if you want to focus on galactic or see if there's ET there, but I immediately started feeling
No, whatever. I mean, sometimes on these shows, I get even their loved ones coming through where I'm being just a medium. I have one tapping me on my shoulder. Going, I don't have a message. So
the one specifically coming through is Michael. The Archangel Michael specifically is coming through, and it's the thing about angel frequencies is a lot of the time I don't hear words. They speak through to me through vibration. And so I kind of see the pictures or feel a vibration of what they're trying to get across, and it feels victorious. Whatever it is they're sending through feels victorious. I feel a sword, and I feel it up towards the throat space as if there's something that you're meant to speak proudly or to proclaim. And like I said, it feels very, very victorious. This is your mission. This is how you will express yourself. And when you have said the things that you need to say, I just see trumpets going off. It just feels very, very successful. So they are bringing you through a mission successfully, one in which you will probably be using your voice.
Sounds good. All right, I'm pulling out of the Starseed Oracle deck.
Love
And I know all of these cards. Anyway, what I got is I'm sorry. And this is going a little bit on what Mary is saying, because this looks like to me you're opening up. There's something coming between two people. It looks like to me something's coming in between, and you're feeling a little defenseless now, and you're trying to right some past wrongs, but you're also thinking about uprooting, which means you're thinking about changing something. And I think you're right at the prefaces of whatever this is happening, and you've been thinking about it for a while. And I'm thinking that you need to be doing a little bit of, what do you call it, Mary? When you go to the stuff that you do.
the soul retrieval.
Soul retrieval. I feel like she needs to do a little bit of soul retrieval or kind of investigating in that part, because there's something that is connected you to something that looks like to me you need to release, and you're not wanting to do it, or you're apologetic about doing it, and you're writing past wrongs. It's just looks like to me you're needing to heal something there and do a soul retrieval. I don't know, Priscilla, if that means anything to you. Oh, you're thinking about moving. Okay, well, I think that's what this is all about. It's about moving, because it says uprooting, and I think you're torn about that moving, because when you moved where you are, I'm feeling like you thought this is your last place. This is it. I'm staying here. But don't quit feeling sorry. Quit thinking that way. Uprooting's fine. It's time to go if you're wanting to go. It feels like you're being apologetic about it. So anyway, anything else, Mary?
I felt very much in line, because what I'm being shown through the angelic energies was like a gift, a mission. This is your time. And what you've pulled is like, okay, well, this is what's separating you from your gift. These feelings of apology or needing to have the soul, whatever it is that's holding you back from getting to that space. So we need to really, like Gail said, heal through that thing, release what that is that's holding you back, so you can step forward. Because like I said, I saw everything being triumphant, everything being successful.
Yeah, it says yes, I'm okay with moving. She's excited, but I feel like there's something there. There's something there that's almost I see it almost like an anchor. So where do you can you tell us, Priscilla, where you have decided where you're going to move? Where are you moving to? Well, we'll go on to the next one. She's in the chat. I can see. Just let us know. If you're willing to let us know where you're moving, go ahead and let us know. So, all right, let's go to the next question. All right, MEJ, do I have outer space guides? Okay, let's see if she has some galactic beings being her guides. Okay.
I immediately saw your old friend pop up when you said that.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, Sally, well, she's here. Sally's here.
Energy pop up.
She always comes for these shows. You know, she's a diva. So anytime I'm having a show, she shows up. You know, so, but anyway, MEJ, I'm getting that you do have some galactic guides, but I'm not sure you're ready to meet them or work with them. It looks like to me you're working with a family member right now. I don't know who this family member is in your past, but that looks like to me. Well, I'll give an example of what happened to me. My dad who had passed away, came to me first, and well, not first, but he was the one that came to me most vividly and was the one that directed and was protecting me on who I was going to meet. And he started letting me meet all these different ET species. And I feel like this is going to be your journey because you're a little skeptic about meeting these galactic beings. And I think you have a loved one who is really supportive and is right there by your side, that is going to start letting you meet them because you do have you have a galactic family. They're showing me you have a family. So you're eventually going to be meeting them. And in fact, I think whoever is passed is part of that. Is part of that family. Okay, I know that was a lot. That was a lot of information. A lot of information today. All right, Mary, go ahead.
So I think that you're right. The frequencies, it's like there's something there that's opening a door into these other frequencies. But what I'm picking up, especially since immediately Sally, the alien, came in, there was immediately a lot of turquoise kind of energy, aquatic kind of energy, almost like Atlantis type stuff. Or there was a specific name that I heard, and now I'm trying to remember what it was. Neptune. I heard the word Neptune as well. So these might be energies that even if you're not working with them right now, you can still begin to work with the elemental of water and getting used to those sorts of energies, reading up a little bit on Atlantis, or these might be things that you have always had an interest in. And these are the kinds of energies that are I feel coming in right now once we really get into that frequency of being able to meet with everybody. Yeah. But there's other ones too.
There are other ones.
I'm seeing like the darker blues and the other ones on the other side too. But right now what's very, very present is all of this aquatic turquoise kind of energy.
But she has Sally. That's Sally. She has some family member that's holding them back, that they're saying she's not quite ready to meet them. And I think she'll start meeting them one at a time.
Do you remember what kind of alien Sally was?
Oh, alien. Oh, the alien. Oh, Sally. Yeah, she was deer. She's a deer. She's deer human, and the deer's descended from them. And so she's aqua coloring like the aqua aura that you showed. And in fact, I was holding that when she came in. When I was sitting in the Rustic Raven with Mary and Meg talking to me, and I had been meeting all the different ETs, but she was the first one I saw that I was not sleeping or meditating. And she came in through the door, and she took up the whole door. She was like 6 feet. She was tall. And I'll never forget it. May kept looking at me going, "Oh, is she pretty? Is she pretty?" And I'm sitting there going, And I'm going like, she's right there. May couldn't see her, but I'm going like, she's right there. And you're asking me if she's pretty. Of course, she says, "I'm beautiful on my planet." She's a little diva, but she has a little scrunch face, and she has little deer horns, little tiny ones. But anyway, so I Meg kept pushing me, going, "Yeah, she's pretty." I'm going, "Well, she's a pretty color," and I'm going showing her the color. Anyway, so she's attached to that stone, and she's attached to the rustic raven. She comes to me on these shows, and she did come to me a lot when I hit the deer. When I came across the U.S., she did come to me a lot about that and seeing the deers. And she was beside. I mean, she was supporting me, and so. But anyway, yeah, Sally's around a lot, especially when she wants to be seen.
Did you say that they descended from the aquatic aliens?
No, deer. Actually, the deers descended here on Earth from them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So, are you getting that it was a part of her that you thought Sally was part of one of her families, or what? What were you getting?
I like some of the aliens that were coming forward, not these that weren't really being shown yet, but all of this energy that I was seeing around Neptune and the aquatics and stuff like that, she kind of came in, and I felt like she was kind of guiding that energy in, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, she does guide energy in. She does, and she heads me in the right direction all the time. Just kind of, yeah, this is where you need to go. So, okay, go ahead, Mary. You read this. I'm getting ready to cough. And I had coughing problems last time I was here.
Oh no!
Go ahead.
A light being. Any of that. So first, I want to know: do you mean to channel a light being, as in receive messages from it, or do you intend to channel a light being, as in inside of your body, as you physically? Those are two completely different ways to go about channeling. But let me sit with your guides for a second. Really, a lot of what I'm seeing right now is about clarity. So I'm kind of being shown that you need to be a clear, open channel before that happens, or when that happens. I'm really just seeing your spine space. So however you clear yourself, clear your spine, clearing your emotions, letting go of all of your stories about self, and just being a completely clear, open, neutral, high vibrating space to be able to channel through. So you can achieve that through your own healing of wounds, through meditation, through chanting, awareness practices, anything that just gets you very clear. I'm really strongly just seeing that clear, like clear white intertwining energy moving up the spine, that clear channel. Did you get anything?
I'm getting that there is some kind of block. I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything you said. I was busy. So, but I'm getting that there is some kind of block that she needs to clear. And
what immediately came through when you said that was something around vulnerability and the heart openness. Remember that we cannot be a completely clear, open channel while we're trying to protect ourselves and our emotions. I know that we want to protect ourselves, and you can, by making sure you're in a sacred space when you channel things like that. But we have to completely surrender our ego's needs to protect and how the ego protects in order for the divine protection to take over. So opening that heart space, bringing yourself into that state of vulnerability and openness as a clear, open channel. There might be like I sense that blockage almost between the solar and the heart, like that kind of move through here.
So anyway, Michelle, I'm hearing that when we do the next Solaris Healing Center, that come on that show, and we can see if we can unblock some of that. So be sure to look for our next show on that, because I'm hearing that's really what you need. Is you need a little assistance to help you get through that. So there you go, Michelle.
Such a good healer. I know a lot of what you do on here is like teaching and answering questions, doing mediumship, and just guiding. But the reality is, if I ever have an attachment or a blockage like that I can't get through, and it's been a couple of days and I can't get through it, I just contact Gail. Like that. It'll just look like I can feel it lifting off of my body. She's an amazing, powerful healer. Always has been.
Thanks, Mary. Okay. All right, let's go to the next question. Hey, Tina, may I may I have a general read from my guides, please? Mary would be proud. I am journeying and getting some great messages. Healing ancestral trauma. Oh, girl, that's great, Tina. That's great, great. Let's see. Where are you pulling from?
I'm going to pull, I was pulling from my Lemurian deck, but now I'm being guided to pull from my Shaman deck.
You know why? Because I've picked up the Lemurian deck.
Ah, I was going to say because she's a shaman.
That's because Sally's up there going, Mary, please don't pick from there. She's going to pick from there.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, awakened awareness. Look at that. Awakened awareness. I'm going to look in the book a little bit more for that, Tina. Awakened awareness. Wow. It looks like to me they're just giving you an affirmation of you're doing good work.
Love.
Yeah. Let's see, awakened awareness beyond the veil, clearing distortion and illusion, awareness of what's running us subconsciously, communing with our God force, energetic sovereignty, growth outside your comfort zone, the collective awakening. So I think they're just giving you an affirmation is what I'm hearing. Tina, you're doing some good work and keep it up. And this is, it looks like to me, you obviously got through something pretty big here and it's making you just open up. What are you getting, Mary?
The same thing, but it took 7 cards. I have a whole reading laid out in front of me, honestly. And it was crazy because all the cards, the first cards I pulled out, I'm talking about storm. I'm talking about people abusing their power and imbalances of power. I'm talking about dream thieves here, dust devils, all kinds of crazy, like, you've been through it, honey, and I'm sorry. You've been through it. Something crazy has been going on in your life. You've been going through it. And then even this Watcher's card is really about stepping out of that and just becoming the observer and observing those emotions. But all of these cards are just talking about all the negative crap that you've been going through or that's been swirling around you while you continue to be courageous and moved forward and let everything else fall away. And then what Gail was saying, that affirmation, all of this has been your initiation. You have come into your next level up moment and you are being held. The universe is holding you in their hands, and all of your guides honestly feel very excited, very happy. So whatever you've been through, it's been to your growth and your benefit, and everyone is really proud of you. I'm proud of you too.
There you go, Tina. I'm proud of you too. All right, next. Hey, Transcend with Spirit. Any message from the Galactic Council of 9? Thank you. The Galactic Council of 9.
Council of 9. What is that?
Well, I don't. Well, the first person I've heard about the Galactic Council of 9 was Kevin. Oh, what's his name? Kevin. I'll think of it. He's been on the show, but he talks about them all the time. And this is the second time. Anyway, Kevin Briggs. You need to check him out because he talks about the Galactic Council of 9. And anyway, he's amazing. I love him to death, Kevin Briggs. And he's probably one of the easiest people to talk to. And he's the one that is trying to get together a letter to protect the ETs or aliens when they come to the U.S. He's the one that's initiating the letter for our government to sign, and so that they can come reveal themselves without being harmed.
Good,
So,
that's a good idea. That makes sense.
yes. So anyway, he's very connected with them. So Transcend with Spirit, I'm pulling out of my starseed or my sacred geometry activation. And that's what I'm pulling out of. And what I got was synergy. Look how pretty these cards are, just beautiful. Synergy. And this says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combination and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. So I don't know who you're working with, trancing with spirit right now, but it looks like that co-creation is going to birth something new. And that's the synergy between whoever you're working with. Look at that. You're going to create something good that it's in the making. So the frequency is just going to allow that acceptance of the not so obvious. So good for you. What are you getting, Mary?
Well, that's why I wanted to see your card again, because on the card, even though it's talking about synergy, it looks like an energy portal.
Yeah.
And I pulled the energy portal card.
Yeah.
It says the portal keeper is what it says. So the portal keeper is like a person who has the ability, who has multidimensional awareness, the ability to move through different interdimensional frequencies. This might be a person who can access the Akashic records, past life ties. They just have unique psychic abilities, and they're probably raising their vibration in order to cross those interdimensional lines. So whatever it is that this galactic council of 9 has to do with you, you have a very unique ability to move through interdimensional frequencies. So I'm curious, actually, if you know any modalities of that, if you do any interdimensional work or Akashic readings.
She does the Akashic readings.
There we go. That's a very, very unique thing for you. You have that gift and that ability, and that's what I saw coming through, the portal keeper.
She's saying that she's supposed to be a member of them. So let me see if you are. I remember that. And I'm getting very weak. Yes. There's something more to it than that. And I'm not sure what that is. There's more to it. Okay. You're not exactly part, like one of them, but you are, they're showing me them all sitting up here, and you're like not quite as prevalent as they are. So, what is it you got?
The same card again. The portal keeper, but this time I pulled it with the solar plexus, the confidence. And you're saying you heard a weak yes, you saw her as kind of down here, whereas everyone else was up there. Bring your confidence, babe. You belong there. You deserve to be there.
Yeah. So anyway, just embrace it, because I just see you just kind of not as prevalent as them sitting at your side. So I'm not exactly sure what you're doing or what's going on with you, or maybe you're in training. Let me see if you're in training, if you're learning. See, are you? No, you're not training. You're just not shining your light. That's all it is. Not shining your light. But you are. I don't know. You're just not as prominent as they are. So there you go. You're supposed to be a member of them, or a member of them. Okay. All right. Next question. Hey, Vivian, message from my God frequency and other gods, please. Okay, let's see what we're going to pull up here.
I'm pulling from both of these decks for Vivian.
You are.
I am.
Okay, what have I got? You got the love. Oh, wow. This is a great card. This is Hadarian energy. And I don't know if y'all know who the Hadarians are. They are just all of love. They look, do look human. And I always think of the Hadarians with a lot of air. They're just air. But anyways, you got the love and the Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So that is one issue that Hadarians have, because they are all about love. And they struggle with their boundaries. And so that's what I'm seeing on this, that you're all about love. You got your arms open all the time, but you're needing to look at your boundaries. Just make sure you have your boundaries when you're going in for this, because the Darians are just so open and love and everything, and they usually struggle with the one-on-one relationships because of that. They just do anything for anybody. So, Vivian, go ahead and look at that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ew, that's so unprofessional.
was from my other phone, actually. I'm not sure why. I had it forwarded to this one. So I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't silence that one. So anyway, Vivian, you're having issues with boundaries with your loved ones because all you are is love and you just accept everybody. So go ahead, Mary.
This reading is really blowing my mind because I was being told to pull from both decks, but then of course I kept pulling. So I have 6 cards again. Okay. So the first card I pulled is the Ether card. So this is an elemental, which is basically talking about the 0 point field. And when I think of ether and the 0 point field, I think of quantum healing, the quantum levels. And then after I pulled quantum, I pulled these 2 cards from the Shamanic deck. So this is the root, lost in space, needing direction. So there might be something there that we need help with, direction in, and you spoke a lot about these sorts of things, placing boundaries, stuff like that. The other one was the root girl, which is basically healing your inner child and do a lot of healing work on the parts of you that are still hurting. And then I pulled the teachability card. So this shows me that did you just book with me? Actually, I feel like I'm doing a reading about a healing that's about to happen. Quantum healing of these particular things that will clear you so that you're an open channel to learn and become. And when you become, these are the last cards, you are beyond the mind, meaning that most of the problems that we have are because of false belief systems that we hold and stories that our mind tells us. And we're going to be able to step beyond those mind stories and be able to the shine your light card came. We needed this before, didn't we? And you'll be able to shine your light. So really this kind of tells me a little bit about a particular healing that's coming up or boundaries that need to be placed and your ability to shine brightly, to step outside of your negative stories and your the things that your mind is telling you about how you perceive the world or how you perceive yourself in general.
Okay. All right, we have time for one more question. Hey, Amanda Carroll, I've been told and know I have many ET connections, but I ought to focus on my human journey, and that will also strengthen my ET connections too. Thoughts? Well, Amanda, you're talking about, you are asking the right person. When I started my journey, all I wanted to do is talk to the ETs, be with the ETs, and I have had, especially since I've been in Mount Shasta, I have had a huge lesson on journeying, staying grounded, and being part of Earth. And it does strengthen you because you are human and you need to accept that you're human and you need to have the human experience. This is going to be teaching you other things other than with your galactic friends. And you're the one that chose to come down here and learn these lessons and learn how to be part of Earth. And Earth is a living being. And I think that's part of the thing that you're supposed to be connecting to. So I could go on and on because that has been, Amanda, that has been my issue and what I had to come to terms with, dealing with the elementals and dealing with the Lemurians and dealing with all that is being actually connected to Earth, enjoying your journey here on Earth. Find everything that you like about Earth. Go to the trees, the birds, everything. It will help you with your ET connection because it's almost like now I'm a vessel from above and below. I am a vessel for them all connecting with me. So there you go, Amanda. Go ahead, Mary.
I love that. And then even to deepen that, because of the card I pulled, which is She of the Lotus, as above, so below, but also as within, so without. This particular card, more than just focusing back on your Earth journey, it talks about focusing on your inner journey, your inner love, loving the self, loving the parts of you that you've rejected in the past, the parts of you that you don't find beautiful. So it's coming back to the earth and to nature and coming back to you, who you are as a human, having all of these experiences and how you love and care for yourself as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks, Amanda. You're resting on a rock mid-dog walk. Oh, good. Okay, well, that's a good way to ground yourself. All right, well, thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Mary, for being here. And, of course, Susie, thank you for being in the background, helping with the questions. And thanks to all my moderators, my new subscribers, my old subscribers. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you Saturday when I'll be on Terry's show, I think, this week. So we'll be talking about all sorts of things then too. So join us on Saturday. And Mary, what do you have coming up next? Anything they need to look out for? Sunday
at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's pre-recorded though, so you don't have to be on right at 10 a.m. anytime that day. I try to bring all these pre-recorded videos out on Sundays, so we have a day every week to have our spiritual time with me. And if we decide to do a live, I usually do these little things like what you do, the advertisements, the shorts, so you kind of know what's coming up and where I'm going to be. So just stay tuned. Earth and Star, I think it's Earth and Star Wellness on YouTube, Earth and Star Spiritual Wellness on .com on the website, and you can find us all there. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.